So a little indie game called Undertale came out in 2015 and it took the internet by storm. Everyone was talking about it and making memes about it, but I live under a rock, so I didn't know that it even existed until 2 or 3 years later when I finally watched the playthrough and I eventually played through the game myself. And let's just say that the hullabaloo was pretty well warranted because it's a really great game. It's not perfect, of course, and it certainly has its detractors, including my sister, but for the most part, I think we can all agree that it was at least very, very interesting. So it's what I'm going to be talking about today, obviously, and if you have never played the game or watched someone else play it, then I recommend you go do one of those things before you watch this video, because I'm going to be talking about some major spoilers, and this really isn't a game that you want spoiled for you. Okay, so now I assume that all of you who don't know the story have left, and I will now get to the actual point of the video. So if you ask someone what is the message of Undertale, you'd probably get several different answers. Some might say it's about consequences, others would say it's about love and mercy, others might say it's about determination, and still others might say that it's just a goofy game parodying old RPG tropes. But in reality, the answer is all the above, and today I'm going to be examining some of those themes in a uniquely Christian light. Very similar to my X-Men video that I did a little while back, so if you liked that video, then stick around, but if you didn't, then bye, I guess. But to understand why Undertale is so Christian, we need to take a look at those themes that I mentioned before. Determination and the consequences of your action are indeed very important to the game and its story, but one of the most prominent ideas, I think, is the power of transformative love.
See, when you play Undertale the way it's technically supposed to be played, not genocide, that is an entirely different discussion, you go through the underground and you make friends with everyone, even the people who are seemingly irredeemable, people who straight up try to kill you on multiple occasions. But through the force of your determination, of your refusal to stop loving them even when they seem too far gone, you change all of their lives for the better. And that's exactly what Jesus does for us.
Let's face it, humans are pretty awful, especially at this time of year. But the point is that we're fallen creatures. We sin again and again and again, over and over and over, and sometimes it seems like there just isn't any hope left, like some people can't be redeemed. But Jesus never gives up on us. He offers us his grace at every moment, the opportunity to turn around and stop sinning and accept his love. And even if we don't do that, he still loves us anyway. Jesus gave up everything for us. He endured the most humiliating, painful death imaginable to save us, to give us hope, to help even the absolute worst person change. And that love, that all-powerful, sublime love, has touched the lives of millions of people.
That same love is what you are given the chance to show in Undertale. You die over and over again, just so you can come back and do it again and show that you truly care about whoever it is you're fighting. And your love, your refusal to hurt another person, actually changes people. All the monsters who attack you out of hate and fear give up the fight because of your kindness and patience. They come to understand that you won't hurt them and that you actually want to support them. You give them friendship, you teach them understanding, you teach them to believe in themselves, you give them hope, and then you set them free. And even Flowey the frickin' flower, is changed by your actions. When he turns back into Azrael, your stubborn refusal to leave him and resolve to save him inspires him to break the barrier and free the underground. And if you boot up the game after completing a true pacifist ending, Flowey straight up begs you to go away, the one thing that up until this point he was so determined not to let you do. He gets it now. You taught him how to love again. Because love isn't a feeling. Love is to will the good of the other. And that's exactly what Flowey's doing. In an effort to preserve everyone's happiness, he's asking you to stay away and not reset everything, even if it means he's left all alone. Your love changed the most irredeemable character in the entire game.
So yeah, that's about it. Undertale masterfully showcases the power of love that always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. It encourages you to show mercy, to forgive, and in the end, love prevails. Love changes everyone's lives. Love saves the world. Now I have to end this with the obligatory disclaimer that I have absolutely no idea if this was intended or not. I mean, I don't know if Toby Fox is religious in any way, shape, or form, but just like with the X-Men, this is simply the way that I interpreted it. Also, I didn't talk about the genocide route at all because that's just an entirely different thing, but maybe, possibly, I'll make a video about it someday, probably. And as a final disclaimer, I realize that there are some elements of Undertale which are very not Christian. But regardless, the point of the game is love and forgiveness and mercy, and I think that even if you're not a Christian, that's something we can all agree on. As always, thank you so much for watching. Sorry if the camera was shaking because my cat is being annoying. But other than that, have a very happy Halloween, and always remember, stay determined. Bye. No, shush. Be quiet. Yeah. Pippin, you can't be making noise while I'm recording. Bella, don't check the camera. Bella. Okay. You just get comfy in there, honey. Undertale masterfully showcases the power of love that always trusts, always. Are you serious? I'm gonna throw you out. Undertale masterfully showcases the power of love that always protects, always trusts. Okay, listen, if you're gonna be like this, I need you to stop. Let's try that again. You'll get through this line someday if you'll stop being a jerk. Undertale masterfully showcases the power. Is this line just like a summoning to you? That you have to go try and beat up your sister?